Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Arguably the greatest gaming disaster of our generation, and I'm loving every single second of it.
Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Yeah, it's looking bleaker by the day. The second this game became a live service, looter shooter, generic kind of experience, that's when Suicide Squad essentially committed suicide. Critic reception, as I've mentioned before, has been meager. User reception has been less than stellar. On open,
very bad, essentially. Hugely bad, in fact.
Critic, only 18% of critics recommended. On Steam, not a whole lot of reviews, and you know, it's still at a mostly positive review score. So
how does that make any sense? Who is upvoting this as positive? Who is actually unironically saying, oh yeah, the game that doesn't even save my progress and makes me redo things that I have already done because it's that broken? Yeah, great experience, 10 out of 10. At this rate, they're gonna make Starfield look good. That's absolutely unacceptable.
Surprisingly, I guess those who play the game are having a good enough time, but obviously, judging by the number of reviews...
if anyone is playing this, and Starfield by the way, obviously, I really doubt your mental capabilities if you're unironically having a good time in any sense of the word, okay? Just gonna point that out there because it's a very valid criticism.
Not a whole lot of people are checking this game out, and the fact that this game is still at full price, $70 for the base game and then $100 for the digital deluxe edition at this stage, given its poor sales. It surprises me that this game hasn't gone on sale yet, but you know, I guess that's a choice that Warner Brothers can make if they want to continue seeing player numbers dwindle, which is precisely what's been happening. Looking at Steam charts, you can see that the player numbers, it's just, I mean, at mid to low triple digits at this point. We're seeing the player numbers sort of fluctuate from...
Dude, I did not actually expect it to be in the hundreds. Previously, it was in 1,000, but that was like a couple of days ago. And now it's in the hundreds. Oh, boy. Damn, that is severely depressing. Almost.
From the low hundreds to the mid hundreds. I mean, just not that long ago, they were at like 236 players. This is an unsustainable live service.
Wait, what is this? 97% player drop? Nice.
Service right now. Numbers are looking so much worse than the failed Marvel's Avengers. If Marvel's Avengers couldn't make it through and had higher numbers than Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, I promise you that this game is just not going to make it at this.
How bad was Marvel's Avengers? It was so bad that people didn't even want to talk about how bad it was, okay? When Rings of Power came out, it was so bad, and a storm was brewing in everyone inside of them. And did I mention how I killed an ice troll in under 5 seconds? It was that bad that people wanted to talk about it. But at the same time, She-Hulk came out, and it was so bad no one even wanted to talk about it. This is the same thing here.
This point, things are looking extremely grim. This is looking like a death that's going to be faster than that of Marvel's Avengers, and that was pretty bad as it is. And a big part of the problem with this game is that it's got a lot of technical issues that's preventing people from playing the game, and some of that stuff got outlined right here on the official SuicideSquadGame.com website, where they detail recent patches and upcoming patches and issues involving login, matchmaking, and mastery progression. And no doubt that's a contributing factor to the fact that not a whole lot of people are logging into this game. You can't log into a game that you can't really play, and when word spreads about the fact that a game may be unplayable based on technical issues that may plague you, that's just not something.
Now, admittedly, I have to say here, it's really hard for word to spread out that the game is unplayable if no one's playing it. So, it's kind of hard to figure that out.
Something that'll inspire confidence for someone to spend time on a game, especially when it's still at full price, and especially when sort of the writing is on the wall, when it is like a dying live service. What's the point of investing all your time to something that you may not have a whole lot of fun with, at least over the long...
That's right, Young. Call live services bad. The worst, in fact. Also, call some CEOs bad. Please, I'm begging you.
...term. and that may not be worth the investment given that the live service seems to be going into a ditch. And what that has led to is some people asking for refunds. And what is shocking is when PlayStation starts issuing refunds based on a recent report from a Reddit user who posted the following: "Wow, Sony really gave me a refund." And you can see right here the email that the user received when they asked for this refund. It reads right here: "Thank you for contacting PlayStation support regarding..."
I mean, it makes sense. They have done it previously, you know. They did it with Cyberpunk 2077 at the initial launch, even. If a game is legitimately just buggy and completely in an unplayable state, they actually do this.
The game. We apologize for the delay in responding. You contacted us because an item you purchased could not be used. Again, for some with the severity of technical issues affecting this game, they straight up cannot play the game or engage with it properly. And so this user is just like, I don't want to play this game anymore. And if I can't engage with the game properly, then I feel like I should get my money back. And this was a request that was seemingly fulfilled. After reviewing your request, the purchase of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League Digital Deluxe Edition, the $100 edition, was canceled and the purchase price was credited to your account balance.
You know what? No, if he bought the Digital Deluxe Edition, actually, I'm not happy that he got his money back. He should have been burnt, and he should have learned his lesson. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was an absolute visible disaster from day one when we saw the first gameplay footage of it, okay? You don't have to have more than a lukewarm room temperature IQ to understand that, yes, this is gonna be a disaster, okay? And the fact that you buy the deluxe edition after that, you know what? PlayStation should not refund you, and PlayStation should actually double charge you just for the hell of it, because you deserve to learn a lesson the hard way. Some people are smart enough to learn off of their mistakes and the mistakes of others, and some people need to be whipped. Otherwise, they're never gonna learn anything about the decisions that they made and why they're bad. And this person, Deluxe Edition, I mean, next thing you're gonna tell me he probably bought the Diablo 4 Battle Pass for money.
I hope this helps you. If you have any further questions, please contact PlayStation support. So yeah, that is pretty unprecedented because PlayStation has one of the strictest refund policies in gaming. Like when it comes to gaming platforms, it's extremely rare for PlayStation to look at a case and say, here's your money back. That's been one of the biggest complaints surrounding the PlayStation platform for the longest time. And things have to get pretty serious for PlayStation to actually deem a refund case worth looking into and seriously consider giving people back their money. Like a game really has to be broken. Recall that the last time something like this happened was for Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah. That was such a disastrous launch that Sony not only decided to give refunds, no questions asked, but they also pulled the game entirely from the PlayStation Store until the game was in an acceptable enough state, especially because the PlayStation 4 version of the game was practically unplayable. Any version of that.
Dude, when Cyberpunk came out, it was so bad on the shit boxes and play shitters. It was amazing, okay? They could not even play that garbage dumpster fight. It was crazy good.
That game that was running on last-gen hardware was just not in a good enough place to be deemed a product worth selling or charging money for. And so they pulled the product from the store and made huge headlines. But beyond that, PlayStation decided that they don't want to risk, potential litigation or backlash. And so they straight up opened up an offer for a full refund for all gamers who've purchased Cyberpunk 2077 via the PlayStation Store, who requested, no questions asked, they would just get their money back, which in the history of PlayStation, I think this is the only time something on this scale and
I mean, admittedly, this happened, and now CDPR Project Red is going woke. Again, we covered this, and I thought it's a miracle that they didn't get in. They just didn't go bankrupt after the Cyberpunk debacle. They got sued by 3 legitimate court cases or 2 court cases, by investors, by everyone. Their sales figures with the refunds completely exploded, and yeah, I thought that they're completely gone. But you know who came in? I don't know who came in, but I'm assuming it's probably BlackRock or Vanguard who said, ha ha ha, tough times? How about a little bit of that woke? And, well, CDPR said, yes, please, one vote. No, actually make it double. It was bad. It was really, really bad.
Magnitude has happened, and so seeing somebody get a refund for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League from PlayStation, for them to seriously consider this case, like, things must be pretty bad for those who are experiencing those technical issues where the game is practically unplayable. Now, I'm not seeing a level of mass refund that Cyberpunk 2077 saw. I'm not seeing anything like an official social media post saying that we're going to open refunds entirely for anyone to get a refund if you request it for Suicide Squad. But it seems as though there are some discrete and occasional cases of people who reach out getting that refund if they make their case and are able to relate that for them the gameplay experience has been non-existent.
You know, I'm not even sure if PlayStation actually has a strict refund policy or just people stupid. I honestly think it's probably people stupid. You're supposed to explain why you need the refund, right? And a lot of people just leave it empty. Okay? And if you leave the please refund me empty after playing, like, I don't know, 10 hours of it, I don't know if I want to give you a refund, dude. Yeah, the game's shit, you played 10 hours, now you want a refund? That's fine. But you leaving it empty? Dude, just lie. Just do the normal thing and lie. Tell them that not a single quest worked, you can't load in, your character bugs out, and, you know, now you're getting threatening emails by the developers of the game. You know, just do normal things.
Because of issues that make it unplayable. You can see in the responses here on Reddit how many people are surprised. Wow, Sony doesn't usually do that. A lot of people saying that, I mean, if frickin' Sony is issuing refund, then you really messed up. Then you really know that there's something seriously wrong about the state of a game. And for those who may be potentially considering asking for a refund, the original poster of this thread, this user who successfully managed to get a refund for the $100 edition of the game, posted the following instructions saying that this is how I decided to approach this situation. This was the process for me. I contacted PlayStation support, preferably through live chat on their website. Told them about my issues. Better go in as much detail as possible to ensure they know the full extent of your problems. They'll probably try to troubleshoot you. Of course, you can
yeah, this is good.
Try, but it's not going to fix things because of the state of the game. Once I did that, I was told my case would be sent to a specialist team and would be updated via email in a few days. I assume they faced the problems I brought up, hence why they
didn't even check. Like, what the fuck is this? This guy did good. He just wrote in everything. He explained everything. Yeah, that's how you do it. This is like that situation where everyone's complaining about Blizzard mods not doing everything, not doing X, not doing Y, and I'm like, why is it working though perfectly for me? Why is the player support at Blizzard working so magically how perfectly for me, and for no one else on Reddit? It seems like that would be the case, and everyone's exploding. Again, people just have no idea how to do these things. I'm touching Young Yaz mouse, by the way. Join in on the fun. It's gonna be a sandwich.
They agreed to refund me. So if you're in a similar situation where the game is unplayable for you and you're willing to go through that somewhat extensive process, this is not like Cyberpunk where it is just straight up no questions asked because it's so universally known that the game's broken. This is kind of a case-by-case basis where you do kind of have to explain yourself. But if you do, and it's a situation that is common enough where even, you know, the support team at PlayStation may encounter this.
God, they don't probably look at it. They just vaguely maybe look at something.
Unplayable Suicide Squad game situation, you may get your money back. So there is a potential tip for those who have been frustrated with the game, who have been experiencing similar technical issues. And yeah, I mean, these issues are well known and detailed by the folks at Rocksteady, and articles like this one from Forbes have highlighted how there are some it's impossible to play issues with the game, like players being unable to find players for matching, unable to progress endgame mastery levels. Obviously, the whole point of endgame is to have this sort of engaging progression loop, and if that's not working, working, then that defeats the purpose of the end game. And then apparently there was a recent infinite loading bug that was hotfixed and patched, but these kinds of issues keep cropping up, or they seem to be persistent enough from launch that this is just a hard game to reckon.
Well, what can I honestly say? At the end of the day, they have already fixed more bugs than Starfield, so I mean, that's at least something, I guess, at this point. Anyway, that was our boy, Yongi. Come on, Young, come on.
I'll see you guys next time.
Young! Oh, woo! Yeah, boys, we did it. We younged it. Ah, beautiful. Anyway, this was Quizzer Citizen. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.